Hello everyone, Flames here, and we're continuing on in Echo. Last time we just discovered this palace sitting in some kind of pillar system. And oh yeah, we can hit R to shout.
Hello?
Shouting. Is that your plan?
Yes.
Anyone home? Hello? Hello?
Oh, we're very long hallway. That's not gonna be a problem here at all.
Hello?
With a mirror. Or maybe maybe there's an alternate dimension, us running towards it as well. Nope, that's just us. Oh, let's go down the stairs. I want to see what happens if I run down the stairs.
I recognize these. They look like the stone faces at the gates between the garden terraces. Maybe it's a door of some sort. We called them gatekeepers. They were supposed to make us ponder if we were worthy to pass.
You're not getting through without power, and this place is dead.
One thing I did want to check with the stairs though is that when you step down sideways, you actually do cross your legs, which is kind of cool looking. So they even planned out for them. I'm gonna find some power. Oh, that's what that does.
Hello? Anyone home?
We'll just keep shouting, I guess.
Hello?
Hopefully
Anyone
someone will hear
home?
us.
Anyone home? Anyone home?
Okay, that's actually
Anyone
good.
home?
There are other words than anyone home.
Hello?
There you go. I go. Oh, descend? Oh boy, I wasn't expecting to be able to jump down that because there's no way to get up now. That is a grave mistake.
Look at that. It's a voice.
It looks like a tuning fork.
Yes, obviously. The resourcefuls call them voices. Strike them and let the true tone interfere to find clarity and enlightenment.
Ah, of course.
What does that mean?
The suit detects a pattern to the sound, and the decryption is kicking in.
Okay. So the tuning fork part was kind of cool, but I'm still not really sure where I'm supposed to go. Kind of just following the path again. Granted, it isn't a bad thing, but I think we can jump over another railing. Now that I know that's the thing I can do. Yep. Boosh. And
I bet that's an activation mechanism for the door.
there's something to do here. Find us.
This is meaningless. Foster is dead. Some things just cannot be undone. Think about it. If you could capture the souls of the dead in a cube, and then bring the person back to life, surely it would be a huge industry.
It's not like that. I know for a fact that he's in there.
I have wondered how you came to believe that, but I doubt that I'll agree with your reasoning. You resourcefuls are too far removed from reality to make sense. You've seen nothing but the bought and paid for fairy tale designed by your grandfather.
Well, the reality of my fairy tale upbringing was that it was all about this place. No, even before that, my genes. Graham spent centuries creating his resourcefuls, carefully picking potential from the gene pool. We were created to come here, and this feels very real to me.
What's that thing? Oh god, that was a spider at first. So, this isn't really supposed to be a horror game, but I thought maybe it took a sharp turn for a second. Giant spider. I don't know why.
Now, these I know. We had rings exactly like them in the gardens.
The suit detects a small gravity charge inside the scepter.
Perhaps it can power the big door. The pedestal looks like the activation mechanism.
Just out of curiosity, what's the higher meaning of keeping scepters displayed inside huge rings made of gold? It does seem a bit much, even if you are filthy rich.
The rings were not for show. They are part of our training.
Oh, and you do what exactly? Step inside and feel wealthy?
Not quite. The rings spin up, and the challenge is to get out in one piece. At first, staying in there is the only sane thing to do. But as the hunger comes, the rhythm of the spinning starts to sink in. At some point, you realize that starving eats away at your chance of being revived. Then the leap. No, wait too long.
Right. You almost had me going there for a while.
So with his smarminess and her snarkiness, I have a feeling I'm already going to enjoy these two characters.
By the way, I don't know if you noticed that there were no other exits from this pit than the big door. How I hope the scepter will magically make it open.
It will work.
Must be nice always feeling that the world will act in your favor. It doesn't, though. My guess is that you will learn this momentarily.
Okay, in my defense though, that was my first thought as soon as I jumped over the railing. I'm like, there's no way back up. Place key.
Now, let's see.
Nothing. What a shock. Looks like you might be joining Foster after all, just not the way you imagined.
I don't get it. What Gramps did to hundreds of resourcefuls for this? I saw it the day I came to you. The subject lies down on a marble surface with a strange silver pattern. And the silver unfolds, pierces the skin, and slithers inside. In about half an hour, it consumes everything. And all that remains is an empty slab of marble and a newly formed cube.
No.
He called it the translation. The flesh and the soul shall enter the palace through separate doors. We said it 1,000 times, never realizing. I didn't catch Foster's soul in a magical cube. He was dying, and I translated him.
You killed him. The fact that your grandfather did unspeakable things doesn't prove he was right. That Foster can come back, that's insane.
It was the only chance we had, and believe me, I'm good at chances. I gamble for a living, remember? That's how I've stayed alive all these years after leaving the gardens.
Well, this time it didn't pan out. Look at you now.
You think I'm giving up?
Oh. Wow. That was cool animation. Huh. So Foster's just a person we know, our father or grandfather.
Do you see that? The dim glow.
The activation of the door must have triggered a chemiluminescent. Not uncommon for evacuation purposes.
Oh, the door. We don't have another scepter, so I guess we'll go to the left. A very big room.
This place.
Jeez, I want to see an ending there.
This hallway alone could easily house all the resourcefuls that ever were.
You finding anything here without coordinates would be a miracle. I compared the quarters you're in now with the overall structure of the planet. The palace is everywhere, all the way to the core. Huge sectors separated by the outside structures you were in.
It's very Romanesque. I don't know where to go. I'm just assuming I'm going to keep running this way. And something will happen when it happens. I hope. Otherwise, I'm going to be running for a very, 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 very long time. Oh, that's another one of those doors, another one of those doors. Very nice green glow. Very like sea foam greenish. But it's enough luminescence that I can see. Important. Oh, you know, I probably have to go over those realize I have to jump over. Yep. Just figured. And probably go down another one.
I'm getting some local increases in energy emission.
Know what it is?
Can't tell. It's not radiation. One of them is close to your location. I'll pin it to your HUD.
Oh, cool. I could have spent the entire time running down that hallway without even realizing it. We got an energy spike over here.
I've got to give it to him, the old man. This place is spectacular.
Nothing but an infinite palace would suffice for you resourcefuls.
I wish you'd stop calling me resourceful.
It's what you are.
I had the training, but I never bought into Gramps' vision. I never wanted any of this.
Yet here you are.
I was 6 the first time I ran away. I hiked for weeks to see what was beyond the gardens. When I finally reached the wall, Gramps was there waiting for me. There's nothing out there but people living like animals, fighting to please their immediate needs and desires. They have no ambition, no perspective. Why fight to get the best out of the little time you have on Earth when you could be fighting to have much more? He went on about the wonders of the palace, but he had already lost me. All I could hear was the blood rushing in my veins. I wanted that. To fight for the here and now. I decided that I would do whatever it took to make that happen. So I went back with him, to follow the training, figuring I'd need it to get away. And I was good. He called me his prize. Before the turn, I ran, just shy of 15. I've been out for 7 years now. Not really what you'd call a running away from home excursion.
Not really, no.
London, you've got to believe me. Foster was a bloody mess and wouldn't have made it out alive. None of us would if I tried to escape with him like that.
He gave you the lighter, so he must have wanted me to take you here. But he would never buy into your grandfather's delusions. It's so far-fetched it almost makes me sick.
Is our grandpa L. Ron Hubbard? I mean, I gotta say, the whole thing sounds very fishy. We get stuck here. Almost there. Seems really a lot of like slowish running around. But we got some activity here.
Look.
The most secure locks require that you just sit in a chair directly in front of the safe. Oh, okay. You're just gonna lock the
This
safe.
must be it.
That's cool. This place is so big, like. I'm actually like wondering, why is it kind of weird the way that it separates like that? What is that thing?
It looks exactly like the thing that made the cube.
Something's not right. I'm picking up a whole load of anomalies.
Yeah, we're dead. Pretty sure. You don't have like an energy spike like that and then just not be dead. Unless instead we just brought power back to the palace. Which it kind of looks like we did.
London? Foster?
Foster, okay? Oh no, the cube's on the ground. Oh lord. Oh no. 5-second roll, people.
Foster? Are you doing this?
Ben, I thought I lost you. Massive power surges are blazing through the outside structures. And the gravity clouding nearly tore me apart.
She's waking up.
More like malfunctioning. If those reaction veins cross... Wait, what's that? Something's wrong with your HUD.
I think it's the cube telling me where to go. It happened when I put it on my back.
Unlikely. The suit is hard-coded and all blocks capped to the minimum. No room for adding to or altering the code.
And here we are. About to open up the door.
The suit's been enabled to interface with the palace. Maybe it's Foster trying to help.
Foster was many things, but not a systems physicist.
Why are you still denying that we have a chance? Everything around us is a marvel.
Everything around you is critically unstable. I think the whole place is malfunctioning. You should be getting out of there.
Oh, okay.
Look, I got a new waypoint, and it's a lot closer.
Okay, we open up this door here. I'm kind of on London's side. Like, maybe we shouldn't be messing with this, because it just made an explosion and now it sounds like a harp's playing, even though it's just chandeliers turning on, which means that the chandeliers are breaking, because chandeliers should not be making noise like that. Yeah, sure. Oh, okay, I'm sorry, Cube.
Did you see that?
The Cube just
Charged my suit.
I don't know what sort of holographic phenomenon it was, but it was extremely compatible with the dual retention system of your suit.
Look, there are more of them.
Power for your suit won't be a problem. The outside of the palace sectors burn red hot, but even inside the walls and floors I read a buildup of gravity charge.
Why would anyone need power on a scale like that?
I hope it's not part of the malfunction. Overcharging would be catastrophic.
Always seeing the bright side.
let's just fire a gun randomly a few times. Get rid of it. Get another tuning fork. Did that do anything? Not. Yeah, I'm kind of just on a whim. Oh, nope, that's not it. Damn it. I was gonna say, just kind of trying these doors on a whim.
This is bad, N. The palace system's shut down, but it's still charging. The jewel mass is nearing the Dirac child limit.
That felt horrible. I couldn't move.
It was a massive energy discharge. It must have made your suit brace.
The lights have stabilized.
The discharge kicked in system processes planet-wide, but it's producing a lot more energy than needed. building up charge again.
Okay. Well, at that point, I'm going to end this episode here. I hope you guys all enjoyed watching the video. Feel free to comment down below what you think of it. Feel free to join and subscribe to the bonfire and get updated whenever I release a new video. I hope you guys all have a great day. Continue to burn bright.
Another discharge.
Another discharge. Breathable air. Cool.
There's
And I will talk to you guys later. Bye.
How is that possible?